If you had damage to your vacation home or your secondary home during Hurricane Helene, then this video is for you today. We're gonna walk you through exactly what you need to know about getting the money you need to repair these damages. So let's get started. But before we do, remember, share, like, subscribe to the YouTube channel here. Hi, I'm Chris, the flood insurance guru. More than 10 years ago, I bought a house in a flood zone, had a terrible situation with it. Thankfully, I didn't have flood damage, but I've lived through floods in Augusta, Georgia. I've lived through floods in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I've dealt with thousands of people who have had these flood damages. In fact, just this week, I've dealt with 500 families that have had flood damage from Hurricane Helene. So today, I'm walking you through what you need to know about these flood damages, if this is a secondary or a vacation home for you. So let's assume that you do have flood insurance. Look, that is your first defense, with it being a secondary or a vacation home here. Hopefully you've got enough insurance there. Hopefully you had a primary policy, then maybe an excess policy to give you the right amount of coverages there, especially if the replacement cost of your building was more than $250,000. That's always going to be your first defense, especially if it's a secondary residence, whether it be with a FEMA or a private flood insurance policy. Now let's briefly talk about what if you didn't have insurance? Well, unfortunately, if you didn't have insurance, typically disaster loans in many situations only pay for repairs on primary residences. They're not designed for a secondary residence or a vacation home or something like that. They're strictly designed for primary residence owners and business owners. Look, we saw this happen during Hurricane Ian, where so many people were facing bankruptcy and foreclosure because they had mortgages on these properties. Or maybe they didn't have mortgages, but they had no coverage there because they didn't have any insurance and there's no disaster assistance to help. They're having trouble getting an SBA disaster loan. So what you need to know is, first of all, reach out to your insurance company. Reach out to your insurance agent about these damages. You have 60 days to provide proof of loss after Hurricane Helene. Don't let it go past that 60th day, because it could be that your claim gets denied. But sadly, if you didn't have insurance, you may not have any resources here for your secondary home or your vacation home. Maybe it was in Florida, maybe it was in North Carolina, maybe it was in the North Georgia mountains, no matter where. However, it's still important though that you document this damage and that you report this damage to your local officials. And the reason is, this can help big time when it comes to getting disaster assistance. So it may be that there's a special grant program out there that becomes available. There may be that you have to take out a HELOC loan or refinance or something like that, but you may have to get proof of loss or proof that maybe coverage is denied with your home insurance company or that your flood insurance wasn't enough. So it's very important that you understand this for your vacation home or your secondary home on damages from Hurricane Helene. I hope this video has kind of helped you understand what the process is here. Remember, always as a vacation home or secondary home, remember, insurance first, because unlike the primary homeowner or a business owner, you don't have the option of insurance, disaster assistance, and typically disaster loans like others do. Insurance might be your only defense here of avoiding financial devastation. So if you want to learn more, click in the description of this video. We'd be happy to connect to see how we can help you minimize these damages in the future to make sure that you're financially protected. Also, making sure that you understand your flood risk score and what are the actual chances of your property maybe flooding again. You want to know that as a property owner, whether it's in Florida, California, no matter where. If you suffer damages from a flood, you want to make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm Chris, the flood insurance guru, and I want to say thank you for watching today's video. And remember, everybody's in a flood zone. I look forward to speaking to you in our next video.